Colorado is getting at least some of the money Governor Polis requested from the federal government to help address the damage to I-70 after heavy rain sent debris flowing onto the highway in Glenwood Canyon. Federal Highway Administration is releasing $11.6 million through its quick release process. That's 10% of what Polis was asking for. Ultimately, he wants $116 million to restore the highway, reopen to traffic, and look into safety improvements to alternative routes.
And a lot more federal money could be headed to Colorado soon to address infrastructure needs all over the state. The money is included in President Biden's $1 trillion infrastructure bill that did pass the Senate today. In that bill, now headed over to the House for more debate, Colorado could see more than $5 billion over 5 years. That money would repair roads, replace old bridges, and we have a lot of them, also improve public transportation. It would also buy electric charging stations and deliver $100 million to extend broadband internet service throughout the state. CBS 4's Karen Morfitt taking a closer look at projects that await specifically when it comes to those roads. Karen?
Well, Jim, a majority of that $5 billion, should this bill pass, would go to projects like this that are designed to improve our roads and bridges. But this would be more than that. It would mean focusing on making this infrastructure last longer in every situation. As a state, Colorado could expect to see billions of dollars to repair and rebuild our roads and bridges, but with a focus on climate change mitigation.
Mitigation saves.
Keith Porter is an engineering professor at CU Boulder and an expert in that area.
Design accounting for climate change and paying a little bit more now to avoid much bigger losses in the future when that next severe winter storm happens and when that big flood happens.
While CDOT has plenty of projects in the pipeline, I-70 in Glenwood Canyon tops the list for improvements. Porter says he's not a CDOT engineer, but rebuilding that stretch with hazard protection in mind would cost billions.
If you were to ask one of them, how much would it cost to elevate the Glenwood Canyon roadway so that it's viaduct, and the mud can go underneath it, they would say it's just too expensive.
The American Society of Civil Engineers says Americans lose thousands of dollars every year due to poor infrastructure. On average, Coloradans lose more than $600 a year from driving on poor roads alone.
May not be everybody in every car and every year, but long-term overall average, it costs everyone.
Now, the bill we know does have bipartisan support, and while both Senator Bennett and Senator John Hickenlooper did vote in favor of the bill, we know some Republicans say this is just too much spending. For now, we're live in Denver. Karen Morfitt covering Colorado First.